Today I'm going to share with you some skincare and eye makeup tips that truly will transform your under eye area if you start implementing them. Look, it is never too late. My 76-year-old mother that you may have seen in a couple of videos with me started using a couple of these tips recently, and she absolutely cannot stop talking about how much she loves them. They are so simple. If you're not already doing them, you'll wonder, why haven't I been doing them before? If you're new here, my name is Jentri and I help women over 40 restore their skin. Please like and subscribe to my channel and make sure to set that notification bell. It is really hard to cover up a texture that is not being agreeable. So what does that mean? A texture that may be too dry, may show wrinkles more easily, a texture that is crepey, it may hold on to the makeup in a weird way that actually just accentuates the wrinkles. But don't worry, this is the good news. There are things that you can do to soften the appearance of wrinkles from a prep standpoint, all the way up until after you've actually applied the makeup. There's even more tips that you can do to make sure that that makeup isn't moving around, it's staying in place, and it's also looking soft, youthful, and glowy, despite the under eye issues that we all have as we age. First, I want to start off with a couple of skincare maintenance tips. You need to be exfoliating your under eye area very softly, very gently, at least a couple of times a week if you're not using some type of exfoliating gentle cleanser. What I recommend doing is using something like a gentle peel pad that you can control with the placement of the actual gentle acids that you may be using around that orbital bone area. Maybe you have an at-home devices. There's so many devices these days that is microdermabrasion, which can also actually help with milia. Maybe you have a great esthetician that you see that can give you a wonderful facial once a month, and that is a great way to really help the products that you are actually using penetrate deeper and also help keep that eye area underneath your eyes a lot smoother so that your skincare and your makeup actually has a potential to give you those beautiful results. So first, choose your favorite eye cream. I personally always like to go with something that's very pointed. If you have dark circles or puffiness, there's not a lot of products that will work better than something with caffeine. Maybe you already have your favorite product. This is our I Dream of Coffee, and it's very viscous, it's very beautiful, it's very luxurious feeling if you have mature skin. Mature skin meaning you are in your late 40s or beyond like me, or you're starting to see those wrinkles, those fine lines, maybe that dryness coming on because you lose that hyaluronic acid, the collagen, the oil that we all lose as we age. Any of those, if you fall under any of those, using something with a thicker formula, maybe something that's a little creamier, especially if you want to target this eye area out here, anything with a bit of a creamier formulation will likely have a tendency to soften the look of those fine lines and wrinkles before you ever get started. So these are my two eye makeup tips. One, you got to always use something that has primer built into it. I'm using my Quintessential Priming Duo, but you can use any tinted primer that works for you. I say tinted primer because I love the idea of using something that's going to help soften out these fine lines and wrinkles, so then you have a tendency to apply less makeup over those areas, which can lead to other things like the caking and the creasing and all the things that we're going to talk about how to actually avoid today. A tiny bit here on my hand just so you can see it, is that it really does create this beautiful soft silky texture on your skin, which is really, really beneficial under your eye area. So this is the beauty of it. You don't need two separate primers, one for your face, one for your under eye area. Whatever you use on your face is going to likely serve you underneath that eye area. It's going to help smooth out the appearance of any fine lines and wrinkles. It's going to help even out your skin tone. It's going to create a beautiful soft texture underneath the eyes. You're going to apply less makeup then. In a nutshell, it's going to set you up for success. Now I already have on my tinted primer and I have a little bit of concealer. Make sure when you apply the concealer, you're staying right here wherever the darkness lies. You don't want to come all the way out here with your concealer because again, the less is best to avoid the mess, I always say, especially in the summertime, but that rule can really apply all throughout your life as you're aging. The least amount of makeup possible is always going to look the most natural and likely give you the best looking results. All right, now this tip is one that my mother started doing recently at 76 years old, believe it or not, and she is in love with it, and for good reason, because it works. It just solves an issue that so many of us have as we start to see that aging skin and those signs that we actually don't like. What you want to do is, in lieu of wearing a powder, and if you love your powder, you do you, boo. But if you want to avoid the look of that dryness that you may start to see as the day goes on, or maybe your skin, it just keeps getting so dry that any powder you put on top of it just kind of makes it look more dull and more dry, this eye tip is going to come in and save the day like a superhero. Let me tell you, you want to apply a setting spray underneath your eye area. You don't have to apply it all over your entire face. I actually haven't put it on today because I wanted to actually do this with you. I put a little bit of it on the back of my clean hand, and then what I do is I just press it. I just press it over my concealer. So remember, I used my tinted primer underneath my eye area, a tiny bit of concealer, and now I'm just pressing. I'm just pressing this setting spray over my eye area. So what does this do? It keeps things in place. It prevents you from having to wear powder to set your makeup. It also prevents it from caking and creasing. So you know, like even if you don't have a lot of caking and creasing, you don't wear a lot of eye makeup, but you wear concealer, you know how you start to see it sort of like bunch up right here underneath your eye areas? Look, if you eye area, if you are wearing makeup and you're wearing good creamy makeup that really helps cover up and conceal those things that you don't want, definitely going to get a little bit of caking and creasing regardless of what makeup. I'm sorry, it doesn't matter what you use. Maybe if you have some kind of skin I don't know about, let me know. But usually if you're like me, if you are the majority of us, you're gonna have a little bit of caking or creasing regardless of what makeup is marketed to you. So this really goes in and solves that problem. You don't have to use this brand. I'll link to it below in the description because it's one that I use commonly, but there are so many good setting sprays on the market. Just choose the one that's within your budget that works for you. Okay, and this is probably the eye makeup slash skincare hack that I am obsessed with the most, especially in the summertime when you don't want to use things that are really heavy around the eye area over your makeup. There are some products that work fantastically over your makeup. You just got to know what to look for. So what I would recommend is when you look over on the ingredient list, it's usually going to have glycerin in it. Glycerin has sort of that tackier consistency. It also has this kind of glow quality about it that's really beautiful. And as an affordable humectant, it is already in a lot of products. And I think that it works better than applying a cream over your makeup if you're wanting to rehydrate your skin throughout the day. This product here that I'm using, I will also link below in the description, but it has sort of a serum-y, even though it's called eye balm, consistency. So look, let me show you, make sure I have enough here. So I'm going to show you the difference between this eye and this eye once I apply it. Okay, maybe you can see it better if I do it around this eye. I'm going to apply it, and I like to stay around the orbital bone area, but you're just gonna pat it over your makeup. And I love doing this because I feel like it just gives my skin that hydration or that hydrated look back. You can see the difference between this eye and this eye. It just has that really beautiful, nice, soft, hydrated look that is restored once you apply it over your eye makeup. We'll do the other one to match. Again, you're staying around the orbital bone area. I like to bring it all the way up here like this. Even right up on the top of my cheek, I like to press a little bit in because again, I think it just gives us back that really beautiful hydrated look that we're all going for. So just by doing a few of these eye makeup tips that I've given you today can really help restore the hydration and give you back that really beautiful softness that we all want as we age. I hope this information was helpful today. Please like and subscribe to my beauty channel. And remember, the more you know, the more you glow. Ciao for now.